The call came at midnight. Not unusual, not for the world I'd built. Midnight is just noon for the broken-hearted and the power-hungry. It was her voice, detached, practiced. I've filed for divorce. The house is mine. Security will escort you out tomorrow. Just like that. No anger, no hesitation, just a woman who had already moved on long before she found the courage to say it out loud. I didn't ask why, didn't beg, didn't even blink. Understood, I said. Then I hung up, walked to my study, and made one call from a folder of numbers I never saved in my phone, only in memory. The voice on the other end was drowsy, but alert by the time I finished. "Execute everything?" he asked. "Everything," I replied. Then I poured a drink and waited for dawn. I always knew she had ambition. What I failed to see was her weaponizing it. Lena was fire in a silk dress, calculated affection, measured warmth, the kind that made you feel like you were lucky she chose you. But lately her eyes wandered too easily, her touch was hollow, her compliments generic, and our house, my house, felt more like a museum, decorated with memories she didn't plan to keep. I started noticing how she talked about independence, how she smiled too often while texting, the business trips that were suddenly extended. I didn't question her, I documented her. Because betrayal, when anticipated, becomes leverage. I built our life like I built my company, carefully, cleanly, quietly. Everything was structured, even the prenup I insisted on, one she barely read, distracted by the sparkle of a ring. I watched her flourish with what I gave her, connections, credibility, clout. But in private, I prepared for the moment she'd mistake my silence for weakness. She forgot I came from nothing, that I learned early, the quieter the blade, the deeper the cut. Over 6 months, I collected her secrets like gold. Her offshore accounts, opened under aliases I recognized. Hotel receipts billed to shell corporations. Phone records that tied her late-night calls to a name I already knew. Our lawyer, the same one who drafted our prenup. Cute. She thought I wouldn't find out, but I already had. And I waited for the moment she'd try to strip everything I built, so I could remind her I built it alone. By morning, her lawyer was on the phone, screaming, "You have no legal rights to do that to her." I didn't raise my voice. "You should read the prenup more carefully," I said. His silence afterward told me everything. You see, Section 17C, if either party initiates divorce proceedings without cause, all shared assets revert to the founding spouse. Cause being criminal acts, infidelity, or corporate sabotage. Guess what her hidden accounts and falsified travel reimbursements counted as? And I had the proof, already filed, encrypted, time-stamped, delivered. The foundation she stood on? Gone. Her lawyer knew it, and soon so did she. She showed up that afternoon, no security in sight, just her in designer sunglasses and trembling hands. "You blindsided me," she said, voice brittle. I said nothing, only stepped aside and let her walk into the house she'd tried to steal. She paused inside the foyer, looked around like a stranger in her own story. "I just wanted something that was mine," she whispered. I looked her dead in the eyes. "You had me." She blinked. It landed like a slap. I placed a folder on the marble table. Inside, every document, every photo, every text. Each betrayal cataloged with clinical precision. She reached for it, hand shaking, but I pulled it back. "No, this is mine." Then I handed her a single envelope. Inside, a check. Half of what she'd have gotten if she'd left clean. She stared at it. "This isn't fair." I gave her a long, slow nod. Neither was I. The house is quieter now. I walk past rooms filled with echoes she can't steal. She thought I'd fall apart, but people like me don't collapse. We condense, we calculate, then we strike. What she never understood is that love, when weaponized, doesn't explode, it implodes. I didn't want revenge. I wanted clarity, and I have it now. She left me, but I buried her legacy. And when the silence returned, I welcomed it, because I had finally learned the difference between loss and removal. And she was never a loss.